just opening up a new market, also allowing us to show up in places where the consumer is already visiting.
So Josh, Aries just launched an industry standard for creating authorized EMF-friendly spaces. Can you talk to us a little bit about that?
Yeah, Aries certified spaces. It's actually really exciting to roll this out. We've had a lot of interest in venues and really big spaces, but the idea being to really create a standard for spaces and businesses that want to optimize or enhance their environment. And you see a lot of this from different standpoints, whether that's optimizing lighting or air quality or just design in general and architecture and whatnot, to really think about how spaces are designed to really optimize the most of the human experience. And I think you're seeing a shift also to just wellness in general. Like, what does it mean to create a space that prioritizes wellness and performance and just feeling good? And that's where Aries really fits in. And to create a standard was something that we thought a lot about, to say, okay, well, how do we show up? How do we help buildings and teams figure out the proper way to assess their space?
And so how do you see Aries certified spaces fitting into the Aries strategy going forward?
Aries certified spaces will fit into the broader strategy to service that B2B market, and also help Aries show up in spaces that you maybe wouldn't have otherwise expected. So the idea of people bumping into Aries when they're at a venue, for example, the Timberwolves, when you go to a game, you go to a concert, or you visit the arena for whatever reason, you're going to see our plaques, you're going to see our technology throughout the facility. And that's just another point of access to our technology, and to see that other people are utilizing it. And so it really is twofold. It's really opening up new markets. It's showing the acceptance and the adoption at a higher level than we have previously through consumers, and expanding into this B2B. I think we're really excited about where it's going, and processing the amount of application that we've already received is really kind of overwhelming. So there clearly was a demand. And so that's kind of number one, is just opening up a new market, also allowing us to show up in places where the consumer is already visiting, and to get that additional touch point with the consumer. And then I think further, just reinforcing the technology and the broader acceptance of it at all different levels, whether that's, most people know this as direct consumer, but now they're seeing us actually integrating this technology in a bigger, broader sense.
So what would you say was some of the main reasons behind why Aries decided to create Aries certified spaces?
It was really about meeting the demand that we already saw. So I think that's kind of number one. In addition, once you see that opportunity, once the market's sending that signal, what do you do with it? That's where I think some of the strategic approach really came from. And it is definitely a way to flex our, muscle in a way that's, we have an effective technology. We have a market. There is a problem that people, want to solve, and there's a market for it, as I mentioned. And so I think Aries certified spaces is really just that, one of the biggest stages that I think that we could be on to actually have all those things come together. Mainstream acceptance, mainstream adoption, mainstream kind of showcasing of the technology in the biggest spaces in the biggest way. And I think it was, kind of all roads led to this point in some ways. And I think the next, evolution, as we see, moving forward, is we always get asked about OEM and putting our technology into other technologies. I think is just one more step in that direction. Again, where you're seeing this broader acceptance, this broader adoption on bigger stages than just, the early adopters quietly buying our product, and then wearing it, using it, whatever. You're seeing it now in a very public way that I think you didn't before. So when Aries shows up with a really effective solution that truly can be integrated into spaces, into technology, into people's lives, really simply and seamlessly, our job is really to kind of do both those things: educate on the problem, and then educate on all the different solutions out there. And eventually, all roads will lead back to Aries because it truly is the most effective, easy to access and utilize solution out there for solving this problem.